and gentlemen, Xeno scum, filthy heretics, welcome back to episode 6 of the Triple Ones Wargaming Podcast. I am your host, Zach Wallace, and I am here with my co-host,
Jasper Axelson.
And we're here to talk about our post-tournament recap. We'll start out just by rehashing our lists real quick. We'll go over our record and kind of do a deep dive into who we played against and how the games went. Would you like to start going over your list again?
I guess I'll take the reins. So, I did end up taking the Craft World Atlantisar. Just a mono detachment. We got two detachments. Jeez. We got the Farseer Skyrunner, 8 Warlock Skyrunner Conclaves. We got our unit of Dire Avengers, some Wraith Blades, unit of 8. Swooping Hawks, unit of 6. 3 Wind Riders, and then the next detachment is a Farseer, 2-man Warlock Conclave on foot, a Viper, another 3 Wind Riders, 2 units of 3 Dark Reapers, a Night Spinner, and a support weapon. And then also a Wraithseer.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that list?
I liked it. You know, it's I had access to new rules, which is the first time in 2 years, almost 3 years,
yeah.
2.5 years. So it felt really good to play with some new rules.
I bet it did. New toys.
Yeah, just new toys. You know, all I really ended up using was the 2 CP make something OBSEC, which is obviously phenomenal, and then the Warlord trait to do random stuff, and then also do actions. But even just those 2 things felt so good.
I bet it did.
It really did. What did you bring, Zach?
Oh, so I brought the Tau, my Farsight Enclaves, of course. I brought the man himself, Commander Farsight. Commander in Cold Star, the Smash Commander.
Nice.
Unit of 10 Kroots. Unit of 10 Fire Warriors with Pulse Rifles. Unit of Crisis Battle Suits. It's 5 suits and 3 Stealth Drones. Unit of Crisis Bodyguards, also with 3 drones and 5 suits. Then we had a unit of 4 Kroot Hounds. Unit of 10 Pathfinders. Unit of 6 Vespids. Riptide with the Heavy Burst. 2 Devilfish. And then a super heavy auxiliary detachment, just with a Storm Surge with the Pulse Driver Cannon.
Lord of War. Sounds like a fun list. Just seems like a bunch of just everything of Tau that Tau has to offer.
Yeah, it was a little mix and match. I wanted to test out a few different things and see how it went. I really wanted to play with that Storm Surge.
Yeah, how'd it feel? How'd it feel bringing the Tau?
It was good. I actually really like the Storm Surge. At 330 points, seems like a steal.
Yeah, it's really not bad. It's like 2 up, 4 up with 20-some wounds.
Yeah, 22 at T8.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Pretty resilient. Yeah, most people just tended to ignore him until he already started kicking out some damage.
It's kind of what I would do, honestly.
Yeah.
Just ignore that big bastard.
Kind of nice of him.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel pretty good about the Farsight Enclaves, though?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was happy with the Farsight Enclaves. It's my favorite, and I honestly think it's the most competitive right now.
Gotta be one of them. Mm-hmm. That with Tau Sept, with a dash of Borkon, just a little...
Yeah, Borkon in there just for the stratagem.
Yeah.
And
honestly, yeah, the -1 strength, the weird ghetto thing, whatever you want to call
almost
that.
Orcs.
And the almost ghetto -1 to wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like, I'm still thinking about Borkon fusion guns, because then you can pop in within half range.
Yeah.
Would be fun. Is it better than Enclaves? Maybe not.
But is it fun?
Yes. I think it could be.
Yes, it is. Yeah, so going into this event, we'll just recap what we wanted for goals. What did you have for your goal?
My primary goal was 2-1. I just wanted to end positive.
Yeah.
My stretch goal was 3-0, and my super stretch goal was taking the dub, but
nice.
Didn't quite get there.
Yeah. Well, you hit your normal goal, so that's good.
Got 2-1.
Nice.
How was yours?
Well, so my normal goal was just have fun, basically. Go.
Perfect.
I was expecting 0-3, and then my stretch goal was that sweet 1-2. Ended up going 0-3, but it was a fun tournament. I had some great opponents, so
yeah,
I had fun.
I mean, I came up to a close game at least.
Yeah, we'll get into it, but yeah. I had a pretty close game.
Yeah,
had a pretty close game.
All right. Yeah, do we want to start going over our round one?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a little deep dive right into our round one.
All right. Figure start going over our opponent's list briefly.
Yeah. We'll pull up the old list for you.
All right. So yeah, my first game was into Jake. It was a fantastic game. So he was playing GSC. He had an Icon Ward. So the Keller Morph that doesn't take up a slot with Wormtooth rounds. Icon Ward, Magus, Primus. It was 4 or 5 units of 20 Neophyte hybrids with 4. Oh, what are they called? The big cannons, mining cannons or something, mining lasers. Yeah. Then he had a unit of 10 Aberrants, an Abominant, a Biophagus, a Clamavis, Nexus, and Sanctus. And then each of those 20-man units had the banner that revived D6 of them.
Yeah, nice.
That was
Pseudo-Necron.
Yeah, it was like playing Pseudo-Necrons. I know he had the thing where he could only be wounded on, 3 ups. It was like mini transhuman.
Yeah.
Came into play quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, I can imagine, because a lot of it's T3, right?
Yeah, and a lot of my stuff, Strength 6 or Strength 7, Strength 8. Yeah, it came up quite a bit.
Yeah, he likes his hordes, does he not?
He does like hordes.
His hordes.
Yeah, coming from ponies and guardsmen.
Yep. He's run the fabled 300 conscript list, so he's used to the hordes.
Oh, man. Movement trays.
Yes.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine moving that many models.
Oh, yuck. Yuck.
Oh.
I'm an elite boy myself.
Yeah, I tend to prefer
elite
that.
MSU, if that's even a thing.
We had a pretty good game. I did deny. So I took engage, no prisoners, and rod or retrieve.
Yeah.
And then he took engage, the ambush. What is it? Perfect ambush or something.
Some ambush. Trash.
And then he also took retrieve. So I tower really strong, especially into T3 bodies.
Oh, they sure are, aren't they?
He kind of had me cornered kind of in my half of the board for quite some time, and I got a little worried he was going to start tying stuff up and really start shutting my stuff down. It helped having the -2 to charge stratagem.
I bet that came in pretty clutch.
Yeah, because he had a lot of deep striking shenanigans, a lot of stuff running up in my face, and to keep him at bay for an extra turn, just sitting there with...
You're like, 1 CP, none of that.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. And then... had a little bit of a misplay with engage on all fronts. Forgot about the units of 3 or more.
You realize it sucks now.
Yeah. No, I did it well.
Oh, he did it wrong.
I did only get 8 points on it. Because, he shut down, like, his half of the board pretty well. I ended up having to deep strike, actually, kind of in my own area. Like, I deep struck my crisis bomb in my own deployment zone.
I can imagine. He had a lot of bodies there. He had
a lot of bodies.
Well over 100.
Yeah, I thought he was going to win just on primary for the first few turns. But I managed to keep him out for engage, and then he didn't actually score rod or retrieve. I'm going to call it rod on accident.
Didn't score any retrieve?
Yeah. Which was a little rough.
0 points?
0 points on retrieve.
He got... How?
He didn't have a lot of little tech piece units for scoring it, really.
Yeah, you really got to do that.
Yeah, he didn't tech into it. I mean, I know if you plan for it with GSE, they got a lot of ways to do it, but he didn't have a lot of those little, like, 6-man, 5-man units.
I really like the 5 Acolytes, and I really like the 5 Acolytes. I think it's like a 20-point upgrade to deep strike within 3 inches.
Yep.
Just at least get the 1 quarter in your opponent's zone.
Yeah, I like that a lot, too.
Yeah.
Guaranteed 12 on retrieve is kind of nice.
Yeah. Not in this case, though.
Yeah, and then I did get a full 15 on no prisoners. He was reviving like Necrons.
And you just went, this is fairly easy.
Yeah, it was like, this is pretty much an auto take.
Yeah.
And my list is kind of built for retrieve and engage to an extent. So
yeah.
And then it basically came down to towards the end, I just had so much firepower, and he just couldn't kill the big stuff fast enough.
Just couldn't just take 5 turns of just Tau shooting, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to take.
Right.
Turn after turn after turn, even with hordes.
Yeah, and I had a lot of, like, cluster rockets and a lot of, like, high output stuff.
Some blast in there.
Yeah.
Yep, that helps a lot.
Yeah.
How'd you end up doing on your, I don't know if I remember, how'd you end up doing on Engage and Rod for you?
So I ended up only getting 8 for Engage.
Okay.
I did Retrieve in 3/4 for 8, so it wasn't
solid.
Great, but it was solid.
Yeah, when you're denying Rod at all, it is very solid.
So Battle Round 2, I got a 12 on primary. He got a 12 as well. He went first, which is also rough.
Yeah.
With GSC into Tau.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Battle Round 3, he got a 12. I got a 4. And then Round 4, he got a 4, and I got a 12. And then Round 5, he got a 12, and I got... Or no, he got... Oh, wow, my bad. He got 8, then I got 8. He got 8, then I got 4. He got 4, then I got 8. And in the final round, he got 8, and I got 12.
Gotcha.
My bad.
Oh, you're good.
Whoops. And then I ended up, my Vespids were key player. They deep struck in his backfield, did Retrieve, and then they took his home objective with the help of some of my Crisis stuff. And they were able to plant 2 bombs before the end of the game, which got me 8 more additional points on primary.
Yeah, that's a whole turn of hold 2.
Yeah.
That's
the Vespids were the key players in that game.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I was able to come down, Retrieve, and then they moved on to his objective for turn 4 and planted a bomb. And then that was turn 3, and then turn 4 they jumped back, planted another bomb, and then turn 5 I was able to jump back on his objective for hold more.
Nice.
Oh, it was so worth 72 points.
Oh. Best 72 points you've ever spent.
Yeah. So in total, at the end there, I had 40 on primary. He had 28. I had 31 on secondary. He had 8. And then with the 10-point bonus, it came to 81 to 46 for a Tau victory.
Oh, 8 points on secondaries.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
Moly.
That was a little rough.
I can't believe he didn't get any Engage.
Yeah, again, he had like those big units, and then he kept deep striking in like the characters, and then the one big blob of aberrants, is it? So he didn't really have a lot of deep striking stuff besides the characters. Most of his army was foot slogging.
Yeah.
Which was kind of rough. I feel like, having built for Engage and Retrieve, I think he would have won that one.
At least made it maybe a little closer.
Yeah. But having not planned for those, and that definitely hurt. But he still put up a fight. I thought he was going to start taking it away on primary just to where I wasn't going to catch up. And then I finally just caught up with all my firepower.
And then you went, oh, wait, you can't score primary if I just shoot you off the board.
Yeah, in true Tau fashion.
Nice.
But
how'd you feel after that game?
Yeah, it felt good. I really like Tau. I really like Tau into GSC.
Very good matchup for you.
I really like Tau into GSC when there's not a whole lot of terrain.
All 3 are just recipes for success.
Yeah. Would you like to go over your round 1? Give us the scoop.
I'll give you the scoop indeed. So, obviously, we were playing the same mission.
Mm-hmm.
So, we were playing that Tear Down Their Icons, I believe is what it's called.
Yep.
So, I went into Dark Angels my first round.
Okay.
Just Dark Angels, kind of pure and pure, almost. I mean, it was a little bit of Plasma, a little bit of Ravenwing, and a little bit of Deathwing Terminators. So, kind of like everything that Dark Angels has to offer.
Yeah.
So, he had the Deathwing Ancient with the -1 damage banner. He had Azrael, the Chapter Master, a unit of 5 Infiltrators, and then he had a Deathwing Command Squad for that sweet, sweet Bodyguard. Then he had 10 Deathwing Terminators, 5 with Lightning Claws, and then 5 with the Storm Bolters and Missile Launcher, 2 with the Missile Launchers. Then he had a unit of 3 Plasma Inceptors. Don't see those too often.
Right.
A unit of 10 Hellblasters. And then he had... Let's see, he had some bikes of some sort. Yes, he had a Chaplain on bike, a unit of attack bikes with 3 attack bikes, all with multi-meltas. Then you had 3 squads of 3 just bike squads. So
Okay.
yeah, and those because they're Ravewing, all that stuff is OBSEC.
Mm-hmm.
So all those bikes are OBSEC. So yeah, it's going into the list. I was like, okay, a little, didn't. I was really afraid of him just coming down hard with the bikes and just advancing those Terminators up.
Yeah.
And then I was super afraid of the Plasma Inceptors into my bikes because blast. So he get max shots with everything. So what ended up happening is I deployed the Wraith Guard on one flank, kind of the top of the board on one objective, and my whole plan was just live for 2 turns. And then everything else was in the other corner. And what I ended up doing... Oh, I'll go over secondaries first. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
So I ended up taking Engage. I figured he's got too much durable OBSEC. I don't want to fight for him over the middle with those Terminators. I'll never kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could kill them, but then the rest of his army is going to run amok. So I took Engage. Took Retrieve Nachman Data, as an old book does. And then I took Mental Interrogation. So that's the updated psychic warp ritual thing, where basically you have to be within 24 inches, no line of sight needed. On a warp charge of a 4, you get 3 victory points with your character into one of their characters. So
nice.
I was like, he has 1 deny total, so he gets to use it, and then once it's burned, it's gone. So I'm like, I'll take that. He ended up taking Behind Enemy Lines, which I thought was interesting. He took Oaths a Moment, which there's a center objective. Duh. He'll take Oaths a Moment. And he took Abhor the Witch, because I did have, I think, 12 points of Abhor the Witch.
Okay.
Yeah, so all 3... I was a little intrigued by the Abhor and the Behind. I mean, Abhor seems like it would be good into my list, but sometimes it cannot be if I'm able to run away from you. Mm-hmm. But... So as we get into the game, so what he did, I'll go over his deployment first, because he just kind of put everything behind in the ruin, and then his bike's kind of on the line. His infiltrators did not infiltrate. In fact, they were in his home field trying to screen off Rod, or Retrieve, and then I did the Wraiths and a couple jank on one flank, and then everything else was kind of huddled, hiding from everything. And my whole plan was to try and do my Rods or my Retrieves, do some engaging, and then just try and have more mental interrogation points than his Abhor, and then just try and get 8 points on primary every turn and plant a couple bombs. That was the whole plan. And so I got first turn, which I was actually pretty happy about, not gonna lie. So I just moved up the Wraith Guard on an objective, gave him all the buffs, gave him Protect, gave him Fortune, so they were a 2 up. Well, they were in a ruin, so they were a 1 up, 3 up, 5 up.
Okay.
With T6, that's a spicy meatball. That's a lot. That's a lot to kill those buggers. Everything else hid, and I did a Rod. And then his first turn, he just shot everything, Zakk. Everything he had into those Wraith Blades, he killed 2.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was like, whoa, these things are durable.
That's great.
They are. My clapback, my second turn, basically, big mistake here in the game. I should have Rodded. I decided to... I decided instead of rodding with my big Warlock unit, I decided to put the buffs again onto the Wraith Blades. What I should have done is I should have rodded and then used the other Warlock Conclave, use the Psychic Power, and then double the range of it to put Protect still on them. So I still get Protect off, but I really needed the Rod points, as we'll get into it, or the R&D points. I found a sneaky little play with the Mental Interrogation as I move up my Farseer with the wings of Falshun, so a 12-inch fly. Then I do the Psychic Action, and then I either quicken it back or I fire and fade it back. I did that all throughout the game.
Nice.
So it's kind of like a nice play to move it out, move it close within 24, and then scoot it back to safety.
That's fun.
Yeah. I ended up screening out his Inceptors, so the only thing they could shoot if they wanted to shoot at anything really valuable would be the Wraith Blades, because I was like, don't want him shooting anything else. His second turn, he came in with the Inceptors. He decided to put them in, and then he shot everything into the Wraith Blades with Inceptors, and he was able to take those Wraith Blades down to Unit 4, which is kind of what I expected. I mean, even a Unit 4 was still pretty good. And essentially the game from there just kind of went on. I made my turn 3. I made a play. He was now owning the middle of the objective, or the middle objective, so he had that on lockdown. I wasn't gonna try to move those Deathwing Terminators off of it. Yeah, it's like let him have it. I made a play for not his backfield, but his one in his territory, one of his objectives. I moved the Warlock Conclave. I gave him OBSEC, and then moved him 32 plus inches up onto the objective. Whole plan was they have Protect, they have Fortune, survive objective. But they did. So what happened is unit of 8, I lost 4. He had 2 OBSEC guys on the objective, so I just was like, just pass morale. But I didn't. I rolled a 6, and then I rolled a 1. So then I rolled 2 1s. So then the bikes came off, and I lost the hold more.
Oh no!
Felt bad. But had I rotted, it wouldn't have mattered. But essentially, the game came kind of down to I got 8 points on engage, so not great. I got 4 points for R&D, not great, and then 6 points for mental interrogation. So all and then for primaries, I ended up getting 40 because I planted 2 bombs. With the Hawks came in, they did some R&D, they did some bombs.
Nice,
but he was able to get 40. He was able to match me with primary, and then with his secondaries, he got 15 on oaths because oath. He got 6 on behind enemy lines, but he got no abhor.
Okay.
Yeah, but he just edged me out 71 to 68 just by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Hair of his chinny chin chin. He's able to just pull it out. Yeah, essentially, it was a great game. This was against JC. He was a great first time meeting him. He's a great opponent.
Yeah,
he's a great person to play against. Yeah, he was super cool. But yeah, this was I was so close to that win, Zach. So close.
I know.
But yeah, been a while since I've taken like engage in R&D, so I just kind of misplayed it a little bit.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But yeah, I was happy with the game. It was a close game, and that's all I could ask for. Honestly, so yeah,
it seemed like a fun one, if nothing else.
Yeah, it was a great game. It was really fun. So
nice.
Yeah, had fun with it. Now we'll go on to your game too, Zachary.
Yeah. So my game 2, I went into Jeremiah's Tau. It was the mirror match. The dreaded mirror match. I knew if I went into Tau, that'd be my hardest matchup.
Yeah, Tower Custodes.
So he had a couple punchy commanders. One had the Onager Gauntlet. One had the the Flamer upgrade.
Makes sense.
Unit of 10 Fire Warriors. Oh, and they had 2 units of 5 Crisis Suits. One of them had double Airburst, Flamer, and Target Lock. And then the other one had Cyclic Ion, double Plasma and Cyclic. And then shield generators. Both of them had, I think it was 4 shield drones and a marker drone. He had a unit of 3 stealth suits and 2 drones. Or was it 4 stealth suits and 2 drones so that he could retrieve with them. And then he had the upgrade on him for the turn 1 deep strike for his crisis bomb. Then he had 2 6-man Vespid units. Another commander, another strike team, and then 3 broadsides with the SMS, the big cannon, 2 marker drones, 2 shield drones. It was a spicy list. The double airburst crisis suits with full rerolls to hit and wound actually do a lot of damage when they come down.
I can imagine.
Strength 4 AP 1 damage 1 doesn't sound like a lot, but then you can give them an additional 2 AP with a Strat and Montka. So now they're at Strength 4 AP 3 damage 1, rerolling everything to hit and wound. And it's 2d6 shots per crisis suit. And It was pretty spicy. So then I chose for my secondaries, I went with no prisoners again because broadsides are now infantry. So all the broadsides and crisis suits counted towards the wound count.
A lot of hefty infantry.
Yeah, a lot of hefty infantry. And then I took engage again, did even worse with it. Took retrieve as well, and then he took grind them down, engage on all fronts, and retrieve. So pretty similar. This was the mission where you get points for holding your opponent's objectives in no man's land.
Tide of Conviction?
Yeah, Tide of Conviction.
Yeah, it's 6 objective, hold 2, hold 3.
Yeah, domination.
Yes, and if you hold one in your opponent's territory, you get 2 points.
Mm-hmm. And then end of game, you get 2 points if you hold any in their territory, but 4 if you hold their home field objective.
Yes.
So this one was interesting. It started out, I got turn 1. I ran up the board a little bit. I did take out all the drones and 2 of the broadsides, so that he only had 1 broadside left at the end of my first turn.
Wow.
And then I ran up and I tried killing the stealth suits to take away his turn 1 deep strike, and I misplayed it a little bit. I should have had a little bit more redundancy. He ended up having, I think it was 1 or 2 stealth suits left.
Oh, just survived.
Yep, just barely survived. So then I had actually forgotten I was going to jump the bodyguards, and I forgot to do so. So they were kind of out in the open. They were on dense cover, but they were a little more out in the open than I wanted them to be.
Yeah.
So then his turn 1, he deep struck in and basically picked up the bodyguards with his double airburst unit.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then my turn 2, I deep struck in his backfield, basically picked up one of his 2 crisis units with mine, and then it took a ridiculously long time for him to kill that crisis blob.
Makes sense, yeah.
So they were just kind of being a nuisance in the backfield. The Riptide was doing a fair amount of damage. But really, then he started pushing up and getting more primary on me. I was kind of more focused on secondaries, and he just focused in on that primary and took it away. Because then, after I took out his crisis bomb, then his crisis unit came over, took out my Riptide, and it was like each turn, one of us was picking up the other's unit.
Yeah.
Until we were down to just a few models each. I ended up taking 13 on no prisoners.
Wow.
Crisis units give up a decent amount. I got only 6 for engage.
Yikes, department.
Yeah, I had to start trying to focus on clearing out him from my area. I just couldn't worry about the backfield as much. It was a little rough. But he only got 4 on engage.
Okay, so you beat him. You beat him on engage.
I beat him on engage. Beat him on engage.
Okay.
He got 9 on grind them down. And then I got 8 on retrieve, and he got 8 on retrieve.
Match.
So
tit for tat.
I beat him out 27-24 on secondaries.
Okay.
But then my battle round 2, I got a 0 on primary.
Oh.
He got a 0 on primary.
Okay.
Battle round 3, I got a 0 on primary. He got a 4 on primary.
Okay.
Battle round 4, I got a 0 on primary.
Oh, no, I don't like this trend.
He got a 4 on primary.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Battle round 5, I get a 0 on primary. He gets a 12 on primary.
Second turn.
Oh, for the tertiary, I ended up getting 8 points on the tertiary that went towards my primary.
Nice.
He got 14.
Yay.
So it totaled out, I only got the 8 on primary. He ended up getting 38 on primary.
Oh.
So with the 10 points painted, it was in his favor, 72-45. I think the major problem was before this tournament, we'd only gotten 1 practice game in on this mission.
Yeah.
I think had I gotten a decent amount more practice into this mission and kind of knew how to play it a little better, I would have had a far better chance.
Plus, you didn't even play this mission with your Tau. You played it with a weird Tyranid list.
Yeah, this was my first time playing this mission with Tau.
Yeah.
It was a little rough. Just had trouble scoring the primary.
Those hold 2, hold 3s, man. It's. I think we got to practice some more because, man, if you're not ready for them, all of a sudden you find yourself with 4 or 0 primary.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like really easily. And it's rough.
Yeah, it was interesting. It definitely made me realize, wow, yeah, I do not have nearly as much practice as I should.
Yeah, and that second turn with hold 2 with any of these like tight primary games, second turn, man, just being able to pop on everything at the end.
Yeah, I mean,
big.
Prepping for this, I basically hoped if I went into Tower Custodes that it wasn't this mission. And when this mission rolled up, yep, it went into Tau.
Yeah.
Which is really what I was hoping for to not happen.
Yeah, and then it did.
Then it did. I mean, in the way of things.
Yeah.
It's the way it goes.
Happens. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very, it was tight. It was a tight game.
I mean, it seems like most of his points kind of came towards the end, so it seems like a real back and forth
yeah,
game.
it was very tight up until about battle round 4 is when he started just taking it away on primary and pushing me back into a corner.
Yep.
Yeah, it was tight. It was a bit of a nail biter for the first few battle rounds, man.
Good game.
It was a good game, man. Yeah, like that was intense.
That's awesome.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was my one loss. I would like to point out that my only loss was into the Tau mirror match.
So Tau on Tau violence.
Tau on Tau violence. Tau are good.
Tau are quite good.
But yeah, why don't you take us through your round 2?
Yeah, you said you didn't want to go into Tower Custodes, Zach, and I went into the other. I went into Custodes on my round 2.
Yep.
Not what I wanted to see after one loss, but here we are. I went into Michael's Custodes. I don't have his list on BCP, but I'll go over off of memory because it's Custodes and there's like 3 things. So he did Emperor's Chosen, as most do, which is essentially 4 up Ignore Mortals, and I become every shield host. And they get a free reroll, which is crazy good for hitting and shooting, or hitting and wounding. But then, nice. So he had a Bike Captain and Trajan, and then he had 3 units of the Sagittarium Guard, which are the shooty troops, and then he had a unit of 4 bikes, Terminator Alaris unit, a unit of 3, and a Battle Sisters unit of 5, just the normal troops, and then 2 units of 3 Venatari, the flying monkey boys. That's his list.
Okay.
So yeah, going into Title Convergence, I went, Custodes, so I have chosen Death. I knew right away that this was an instant loss, but I was like, let's see how many points I can get. You never know. So I ended up taking Engage, R&D, and Mental Interrogation yet again, because I actually quite like Mental Interrogation now. It's actually pretty good. Any army that wants to move towards you that doesn't have crazy psychic denial, I'd be looking at this secondary. And he ended up taking Grind Them Down, Banners, and a Pour. So I mean, Banners, I went, yikes, I'm not removing that. And then a Pour for him, I went, yep, he's gonna kill everything. But then Grind, I went, let me see if I can deny him some grind. So as we went, he went first, which made me sad because I did go, if I do go first, I could be really annoying and deny a bunch of banners and get some those 2-point primary plays, but didn't go first. But I was like, whatever, it's over anyway. So his first turn, he didn't do much, but I made a critical mistake. I had a Wind Rider unit just barely exposed, and he was able to shoot it with Sagittarium Guard. Those guys kill Wind Riders pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Those things shoot hard, Zach. They have a lot of shots at damage 2 and 3 and some weird crap. I don't know, but he had a lot of saves on me, and those bikes died. But so that was his first turn. He just got grind, which I was sad because I really wanted to deny him grind the first turn.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Because my first turn, I didn't do much, just repositioned. Got Mental Interrogation. I did that little sneaky link. I went up, got it, and then moved back.
Nice.
Gave all the buffs on my Wraith Blades because I'm going to try and hold my backfield and this middle one and see what happens. The bikes came in, they shot, and they combated the Wraith Blades on his turn. He just kind of... Basically, his whole thing was he just moved forward at a slow pace. That was the entirety of what he did. And I went, let me try and run away. I could not. But the moral victory of this game was those Wraith Blades took 3 rounds of shooting and combat for those bikes to kill.
Nice.
3 rounds. And I didn't do a single damage to those bikes, but it took them 3 rounds of that. So
that's cool.
That felt pretty good. The whole game pretty much just went me. I got, for the first round of primary, I got 4 points. Third round, I got 4 points. Fourth round, I got 0. Last round, I got 0. His turns went 8, 8, 12, 12.
Uh-oh.
And then he got 2, 2, 2, 4 for the primaries. So he capped that out.
Yeah.
He ended up getting 45 primary to my 8. So I feel your pain. I feel it. Secondary wise, I ended up getting 10 points on Engage. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. 12 points for R&D. I grinded it out. I got my R&D. And then I got 12 points on Mental Interrogation.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got 34 for secondary. I feel very proud of the Zakk. Against Custodes, he got 6 points of grind.
Not bad. Because with those, I kept those Sisters of Silence alive. Like, I whittled them down, kept him alive for a turn where he only killed 2 things, and then I went in and killed him to deny grind. And then I did the same with, like, his units of 3. I would kill him down to 2, and then he'd have 1 guy. It's like, I can kill 1 Custodian. Mm-hmm.
I can kill 1. So I was able to get him down to 6 points on grind. Felt pretty good. Banners, he got 15. Don't talk about that. And then a boar, he got 8, so he killed most of my things. But held him to also 34 on secondary, so we tied on that. So I felt pretty good.
Nice. Not bad
I
at all.
felt pretty good. So the final score ended up being 84 with paint to 52 with paint.
Not bad.
Yeah, looking at this game, there isn't too much to say other than I went in with a positive attitude. The guy Michael was super nice to play against, and just had a great game. Just went, let's just see how many points I can get.
Yep. At the end of the day, you're playing old Craft Worlds into Custodes.
Yep. So it was like, there's nothing really to get angry about. I mean, just kind of is what it is.
Yeah. It sounds like you put up a fight, though.
I made him sweat a little bit. Not a lot. Maybe,
Not a lot.
Maybe just 1 bead. Just a single
But
bead.
at the beginning there.
At that little beginning, he had a bead of sweat. When I restrained those bikes and he could only move 6.
Yeah.
Or however far.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
6 or 7. Yeah, something like that. But, yeah. You want to go into your final game. You're 1-1. You're gunning for that 2-1.
Yeah, this is the one I needed to win. So I went into what was this mission? This was the new scouring. Yeah.
Yes.
So new scouring, and I went into Mark and his Necrons.
Ooh.
So he brought. We got a Catacomb Command Barge, a Technomancer. What's this? 3 units of 5 Immortals, 2 with Gauss Blasters, 1 with Tesla Carbine. 2 units of 19 Warriors, 1 with Gauss Reapers, 1 with Gauss Flayers, 6 Flayed ones, doing secondaries.
Yeah.
And then he had a unit of 6 Scorpek Destroyers. 2 with the big Reap Blades. He had 2 units of 3 Scarabs. Unit of 5 Canoptic Wraiths.
Oh, yeah.
1 Locust Heavy Destroyer with the Gauss Destructor. And then he had a Supreme Command with the Silent King and his 2 Mineers.
The Silent King!
Silent King, baby.
I'm partial to the Silent King. I love the Silent King.
Love to see it. It was fun. It was just cool to see.
Yeah, and this is the double OBSEC pregame move, right?
Yeah. He had a pregame move, and then everything was OBSEC. Things that already had OBSEC got double OBSEC.
It's a mean thing to do to someone.
Yeah, I forgot about it for a turn, and it cost me a little bit of primary points.
Sometimes even those characters, man, they sneak up on you. You're like, Even that little manlet thing is OBSEC? Yes, it is.
Your, 14-inch fly move scarabs, they're OBSEC.
Oh, you bet your bottom dollar.
The Wraiths had, a 6-inch pregame, then a 12-inch move, then charge with OBSEC.
Yes.
It was pretty mean, yeah. Gave me a run for my money.
Yeah, this is a 5 objectives, so less objectives.
Yeah,
Make it scary.
It was interesting.
Makes it scary.
All right. I went with the same objectives the whole tournament. I took no prisoners, engage on all fronts, and retrieve Nachman data. He took the, Code of Combat. Code of Combat.
Kill something with the nobles, so his catacomb command barge and the Silent King.
Yeah. And what was that, 5 points apiece?
It's 3 points for every kill, no cap per round. Mm-hmm. So whatever they kill, they get 3 points.
Yeah. All right. And then he took Stranglehold and Retrieve as well.
Okay.
So battle round 2, so it opened up. I was trying to play really conservatively. Just kind of. Well, he had first turn, so he started pushing up the board.
Scary.
He did get his Wraiths in combat with what was it? Just a Devilfish or my Kroot, turn 1, and took my back home field objective.
Went a little faster than you thought.
Faster than I thought. Yes, indeed. I was able to fall back and pick them up afterwards. I tried playing super cagey, just kind of getting him off that center objective for Stranglehold, and then just holding my side of the board. We both did the tertiary action on both of our 2 home territory objectives. Neither of us got it on the center.
Okay.
So basically my game plan of just try and hold it tied and don't let them get it on the center, just to even that out. So his turn 2, he did get a 12 on primary. Because I just wasn't able to kill the last scarab that was on the objective. Yeah. So he got a 12 on primary. I only got a 4.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Because he did. Yeah, he was flipping stuff, man. And then battle round 2, he got another 12 on primary.
So by this point, you're sweating.
I was a little concerned. I got an 8. All right. Now's when we really need to start pushing, and battle round 3 is really when I started trying to hit hard. Just starting to take away as much as I could. So battle round 4, he got a 4 on primary.
Nice.
And I got a 12.
Yikes.
And then final turn of the game, he got a 4 on primary, and I got another 12.
That sweet, sweet second turn primary.
Indeed. Oh, man, I love having second turn just for primary. If you have some quick units that can jump out and take stuff last turn.
Pretty much unless I'm going to get alpha struck, I want second turn.
Mm-hmm. You're almost guaranteed a 12 on primary.
Right? It's so good.
It's nice. So for no prisoners, I was playing against Necrons. So
yeah,
translation, I got a 15.
Yep, quite easily, probably. I imagine
quite easily. Yeah, I just stopped counting at end of battle round 3, top of 4. It was I have 15. And then I did get a 10 on engage this time around.
Okay,
a little better than my previous games. I should have had a second unit of Espid, but again, if I wanted to add anything else, I'd have to start taking away shield drones or drop the Storm Surge.
Yeah, and that would require probably a little bit more games with Tau and experimenting, probably.
Yeah, I just didn't want to change my list up a whole lot going into an RTT.
I hear that.
But I did get a 12 on Retrieve in this game.
There we go.
Yeah, I had to, so battle round 5, I had to get my Crisis unit actually was the unit to get into the final quarter and Rod. My last turn of the game was probably a 45-second, maybe minute-long turn. So we were out of time. It was okay, move the Crisis. They're rotting. These are jumping on the objectives. These are jumping on objectives. Done.
High pressure.
It was quick. But yeah, I got all 4 quarters for Retrieve. For his secondaries, for codes, he did get the 15.
The king, especially if he has got another good noble, can get that 15.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially if you just whittle something down and then all you have to do is
Yes.
kill the last model or
Yep.
take off the last couple wounds.
It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty like that. Without the Silent King, I don't like that secondary. But if you have the King, I take that more than I don't.
Right. And I was able to take down a Menhir fairly early, which took away some of his power, but still doing like 6 damage if he gets it through is a lot.
Yeah, it can hurt.
Yeah,
It's a dead
absolutely.
crisis.
So when it all came down to it, I ended up getting a 42 on primary to his 38. I got a 37 on secondary to his 35. With the 10-point painted bonus, it was in Tao's favor, 89 to 83.
The future is now, old man.
You
You showed that old race. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Yeah, one of the oldest races in the game versus the youngest. I like it. New kids on the block, baby. No, but it was a really good game. It was very tight up until like the last turn or two. He started taking it away on primary and got real scared.
Yeah.
I needed to start making a move.
The question is, did you write engage against the machine?
You know what? I did not. I will be doing that every single time now.
Against Necrons, you have to, or
Engage
Admech.
against the machine. I like
Yes.
it.
Yes.
No, but I was killing in the name of the greater good.
Ah.
Yeah, it was a really fun game. Mark was an excellent opponent. All around, I didn't have any bad experiences in this RTT. My opponents were pretty chill, very good sports, especially GSC and Necrons going into my Tau. They were very good sports about it.
That's good. Yeah. Because obviously they got the disadvantage. How did the new Necrons feel with the new updates?
You know, I like them. They got a lot stronger, honestly. I mean, they needed some help.
They did.
Like I said, this game came down to 83 to 89. That's not a big gap.
Did you get into combat with the Scorpex at all?
Oh, so actually, yeah. So Farsight did some damage, but I ended up finishing them off with close combat from a Riptide.
What?
Because Riptides can punch now.
They sure can. Did they do anything in combat, or they just die?
They took a few wounds out. I believe he did pop was it a devilfish in combat or something? The Scorpex mainly just came up to try and flip an objective, and then they weren't able to get into combat. They were kind of sitting there, and then I just started missile pod and such, and then Farsight came up. He did flip an objective, though, because there was one left alive, and that was the reason I got a 4 on primary in my Battle Round 2.
I bet that just made you sweat.
I forgot it had OBSEC, damn it.
Oh.
I was like, but it's elite. Yeah,
OBSEC.
No. Everything OBSEC. Yeah, that one. And then from that point on, I was like, okay, I just can't let him on objectives or I'd lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if he would have done a little bit better on primary, I only got 2 more points on my secondary score. Like, it was very close.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like a really good game.
That was a lot of fun. It was a nice way to finish it off.
How were you able to kill the Necron warriors? Was that easy or hard at all?
Oh, man. Dude, I had cluster rockets, and I had, like, the plasma just picked them up because the AP just went right through. Oh. And then Cyclic was really good into them at strength 8, AP 2 damage 2, AP 3 with Monka. Oh, he
needed that Chronomancer for that 5-up invulnerable.
Yeah, it was a little rough. I just had weight of dice.
Were you able to kill them all in one go? Or were you picking up like 8 at a time?
You know, it would take pretty much my whole army, but I could pick up a unit of 20 in one go. There was a couple turns where I whittled him down pretty far, and then he was able to bring a few back, and then I had to focus him down the next turn.
I'll do it again.
But once I had the wraiths and the scarabs taken out, a lot of his army kind of slowed down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it was harder for him to kind of push forward.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And I just had the Storm Surge too far back to where he couldn't tie it up right away.
Did he have that Veil of Darkness?
Yeah.
Okay,
he did have Veil of Darkness.
Okay.
I kept him zoned out.
Good. Okay.
Most of my army just sat in my half of the board, so he could only deploy on his half. And then he ended up just redeploying over to an objective on my right side.
Did
so
you do
his
it early
backer.
on or late?
He waited till I think it was been around 4 before.
Okay, I like this, Mark. Okay.
But I had positioned a devilfish too close to the objective, so he couldn't actually redeploy onto the objective.
There you go. Nice.
Which was
Big.
probably game winning.
Yeah.
'Cause it denied him 4 points on
Primary.
on the primary. Yeah, that could have swung it quite easily.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Was it fun playing the Necrons?
It was cool. Yeah, I haven't done it in a minute.
Yeah.
They're surprisingly resilient. I always forget.
You always forget because they're just, I mean, they're not crazy, but they're, if you're not ready for a 20-man warrior blob, man, that can be kind of a unit.
Yeah, and he was pretty tricky with his reanimations too. He knew how to use them to get extra movement and more objective play.
A man close to my own heart.
Right. Yeah, it was a really good game overall.
Nice.
Yeah, rounded out my tournament go.
Nice.
So what did you go into round 3?
I went into Speed Freak Orcs.
Ah,
Not what the old Eldar wanted to see at all. So I went into Kevin's Orcs. Kevin was yet again a great, well, not again as in another opponent that's great, but I've never played that before. But regardless of words, yeah, he was awesome. Kevin was really cool, as are every Orc player ever. But yeah, so I'll just go over his list quick. He had the one Death Kill War Trike, 2 custom booster blasters, 3 War Track Scrap Jets all in a unit, a unit of 6 Warbikers, a Bonebreaker Battle Wagon, and then he had another detachment with another Death Kill War Trike, 6 Death Copters, 3 Death Copters, 3 Death Copters, 6 more Warbikers, 6 more Warbikers.
Damn. That's 12 Death Copters? All right.
Yeah, 12 Death Copters, 18 Bikers, bunch of buggies. Basically what this means, Zach, is a lot of shots.
Yeah.
T3 bodies no likey lots of shots. You know what does better into 3-ups than other thing? Massive dice. Just roll tons of dice. Just no high quality, just tons of dice. That's what he did. So we deploy, and the way the terrain was set up, I got first turn. I was able to move block him with Wind Rider's first turn, which helped me at least extend the game. Had I not done this, his everything would have just moved out and annihilated me. Yeah. But I was able to like move block and trap everything inside, so I felt pretty big brained, but really just basic stuff.
It's fun when it works, though.
It's fun when it works. I'll go over my secondaries as I forgot to do again. I got Engage this one, R&D yet again, and then I took Bring It Down because of the metric crap ton of vehicles. Yeah. He took Stranglehold, 5 objective mission, no prisoners, and Abhor the Witch. Okay. Yeah. So essentially, I looked at the board, looked at his army, looked at the board, looked back at his army, and I went, "Oh no, oh no, he's gonna table me." So I kind of knew yet again my fate was sealed, but I went, let's just have some fun with an Orc player. First, easy to do. Yeah, very easy to do. First turn, I went up. I got that middle objective, strength or not strength, the scouring objective. Mm-hmm. I scoured it. Okay, I got the middle one with the Wraith Blades. Okay, and then I didn't get any other ones, but we got that one. So first turn, I got that. Second turn, I get 8 on primary. Third turn, I get another 8. So feeling pretty good. Okay. Fourth turn, yet another 8. Fifth turn, nothing. Oh. And then his first turn, he didn't get any points. His second turn, he got 4 points on primary. I was able to move stuff up, deny with OBSEC, all sorts of jank, get him down to 4. I felt pretty good. His third battle round, got 8 points, and then 3 from a scouring. Mm-hmm. His fourth turn, he got 12 with another 3. And then his fifth turn, he got 12 again with another 3. So I went, oh. So he ended up getting 45 primary to my 42. I didn't feel horrible about 42 though.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I didn't feel. I think
three away from maxing.
Yeah, it's 3 away. I marked this wrong somewhere, but I got 42. I got 42. And for secondaries, I got 9 for engage, so I didn't feel too bad. 8 for R&D, so again, not too bad, and then 15 for bring it down.
Okay.
Yeah, not too bad. His stranglehold, he got it every turn. No prisoners, he about tabled me, so he got 9 points. And then a boar, he got 10 points because he killed all but the conclave.
All right.
So he ended up getting 89 points total to my 69. Yeah. Basically, the big thing is that I learned from this is, man, those Megatrax scrap jets, they shoot a lot.
They
Zach.
do.
I've never played into those things before or read on them at all.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly. Those things are priority number 1 next game.
It's a lot of dice.
That's a lot of dice. I killed the custom Booster Blasters. Wish I went after those things. Booster Blasters are trash compared to that. Those track jets.
They're mean.
They're real mean.
Yeah.
But it was really fun seeing a battle wagon. That thing pulled up and just annihilated some stuff. It was pretty cool.
That's cool. I haven't seen a battle wagon in a minute.
You never see battle wagons. But yeah, and all those the war bikers were cool too. They had a lot of shots and they were able to kill like my infantry stuff, but they just bounce off of vehicles.
Yeah.
He spent like 4 turns in combat with the Night Spinner. Didn't kill it. He had to use the Death Copters to come in and kill him.
Okay.
But, yeah, it was a fun game though. His Orcs opponent was great. At this point in the day, my brain was fried. So I was just like halfway through this game, I went, "Whoa, what is even going on? I don't even know where I am." But yeah, it was a great game. It was a great game. So I ended up sealing my fate with that 0-3, but it was fun. It was a really fun tournament. I knew what to expect bringing Craft World Eldar.
Yeah.
Just wanted to have a good time and get as many. Try and just grind for points. I've been playing a bunch of 9th edition armies, so I wanted to see, like, okay, how many points can I really just grind for,
Yeah. How's it playing, like, a few send-off games for your old Craft World book?
It felt good. In 9th and parts of 8th, I love the old Warlock Conclave with a million psychic powers, so felt good to give it one last send-off.
It was kind of like your signature move for a minute there.
I love that list. I love the psychic phase. Always have, always will. So it felt really good just to send it off with some joy. Didn't take last, so I feel pretty good about that.
Hey.
Didn't take last. Hey.
Nice.
But yeah, felt pretty good after this event. Yeah, you feel pretty good?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I was kind of saying before, I do plan on taking. I mean, I'm gonna play with my Harlequins a little bit when they come out.
Oh yes.
But I kind of plan on focusing on Tyranids again for this year for my competitive army. So I wanted to get like 1 or 2 RTTs in with the Tau before I move on to my Tyranids again.
Unfortunately for you, it's like a curse and a gift that all 3 of your armies came out back to back to back. Like,
yeah.
It's cool, but it's also like, we couldn't have spaced this out a little bit more.
Right, it would have been nice to get like a little bit of playtime with one before moving on.
Like, you would have liked Tau last year, and then, maybe in January get some Eldar, and then April, May get some Tyranids.
It would have been nice, but yeah, we'll see. At least I can't complain that all my books got updated, but it would have been nice to be able to play with them a little bit before feeling like, well, now I'm just going to focus on Tyranids.
At least you're not Chaos.
At least I'm not Chaos. Could be worse.
You got 1 wound. You got 2 wounds, shield drones.
Yeah, my drones got an extra wound before you did.
Good.
Oh, that's what you get for betraying the Emperor.
That is what you get.
Really, like, have you ever just tried not betraying the Emperor of Mankind?
I mean, it is too late to come back.
A little bit.
You've done what you've done.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm excited to get back in with the Craft World, just get the gears turning again with the book. Seeing a lot of leaks that are looking pretty spicy.
Yeah. Even there's been some doom and gloom about Harlequins losing some of their flavor, which maybe, but their stuff still looks like a lot of fun.
Anytime there's doom and gloom, you just kind of go, Custodes were doom and gloom. Grey Knights were doom and gloom.
Gotta wait for that full picture.
Gotta wait to have the book in hand and actually read the rules for yourself and decide.
Right.
Because as much as there's doom and gloom, there's also, oh my gosh, this is so broken. As we're seeing right now with the Fire Prism 2 CP Ignore Invuln with 2 or more of them. It's like, is this really going to break the game? I'm going to take the controversial stance right now and say no.
Yeah, I mean, like, mathing it out and everything, it's a bit of a side to downgrade from old Linked Fire.
Yeah, old Linked Fire is crazy.
Yeah,
it's just no one took Fire Prisms.
It's just that, like, people see the Ignore Invulns and panic, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, they get goosebumps, their brains go haywire, they don't know what to do.
I mean, even at this RTT, people were losing their minds about hammerheads when they were coming out, and there was only one Tau guy that brought a single hammerhead.
But he won the event.
He won, but I don't think it was because of the damn hammerhead.
It was the hammerhead.
No, it was the broadsides and crisis suits.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It wasn't that damn hammerhead.
No, it wasn't the hammerhead. Hammerhead's cool though. I like cool. One hammerhead.
I like one hammerhead, especially in Farsight Enclaves.
Yeah, especially.
You get the reroll hit innately, and then the Farsight reroll hit wound. It starts to get a little more consistent.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'm excited for Eldar.
Oh, that's going to be a fun review.
Oh, it's going to be real fun. We'll be doing that 2 weeks from now when we have the book.
Yeah. Wait till we have it in hand and go over it thoroughly.
It'll be a deep dive.
Deep dive. Yeah. I want to go real deep in this one. I don't want to skim anything. I'm so excited for this Eldar book.
No top 3 Warlord traits, no top 3 strat. No, we're going in.
Deep dive.
Like data sheet by MFing data sheet, Zach. We're talking hours.
I'm looking forward to it. Might even need to do a 2-parter.
Actually, though, yeah.
Yeah.
Might not be a bad idea.
Might be the way to go. I like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that.
Oh, man. We're going to have to do a little deep diving on the Tyranids, too, because you son of a... Yeah, I am looking forward to that, too.
For sure.
But, man... Tyranids have gotten some love already, so I'm not super concerned about it.
Yeah.
But Eldar, this is going to be insane.
With the Quins, too.
Right? Yeah. Hey, one nice thing about being in the same book, I don't have to wait to be the last book with my Harlequins.
It's true.
Woo!
And now in the future, it's like, Craft Worlds are a pretty major faction, so you'll probably get updates, kind of.
Yeah. Just don't squat them completely. I mean, there's that rumor that we'll get a new unit in the Kill Team box.
It's true. I've heard that.
That'd be cool. Bring back Mimes. We already had them.
Yeah, Mimes. That'd actually help the army a lot.
Yeah. Give us some cheap infantry kind of
units that you have. Mm-hmm. Bring it to like 4.5.
We have 8 data sheets, damn it. 8! There are dozens! There are dozens of us Harlequin players. Don't do us dirty, GW. Oh,
poor Quins.
You already gave our named character to Sisters of Battle.
Oh, I can't wait to use that.
I hate you.
I will be buying that. And
I don't even care if I lose. I'll be just trying to kill Frail and Kaiganil.
Yeah, I'll paint it in your scheme too. In your honor.
Oh, damn.
Hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure where we'll go with it next week, but 2 weeks from now will be the review.
Yeah.
That will be fun. But yeah, until then, have some fun, I guess.
Yeah. Take care.